the other two guys?
It's gonna depend on who I.
The names he said were Rinehold, which we've already met. Leal is his name. Winnemar, Othmar, and Arturo.
Winnemar, Othmar.
Arturo. One of them sounds like a Pokemon.
If you're talking about
Actually,
Arturo, he sounds like a famous character actor.
All three of them sound like Pokemon.
Okay. Okay, Serin, you're up.
Okay, so I'm assuming no one's trying to follow me anywhere, right? Like, this is going to be an ever-growing cast of people stuck in this little room.
No.
The fire marshal's going to come down.
Okay.
No, actually,
Wait, can Glass go in that room too?
No. I will cast an illusory wall behind me. You won't even know there's a door.
And Glass are heading back to the office.
Okay.
So
They've done enough.
Good job, by the way.
We're technically in bullet now. So.
And I will say that I actually knock on the door and then open it.
You hear?
And I do.
Yeah, I might have to say that louder. Come in.
And I do.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm the one
Right. But then I had to say it louder too, because otherwise it wouldn't have made any sense.
Much appreciated.
As you go through the door, you see a very grizzled-looking human with white hair that is kind of standing up, spiked up. He has a large scar running down the left side of his face, and one of his eyes is milky white. He is wearing the black armor. However, his sash is not around his waist. It is tied around his throat, and you can see scars coming up from where his throat, like where his trachea and stuff would be. And he is actually sitting in his chair, leaning forward with arms on his resting on his legs, staring holes through you. And he's just got a very stern look on his face. This guy is battle worn, and he doesn't seem to be afraid of a damn thing.
So he went from the chill teenager to, like,
Actual chill guy.
PTSD.
He looks like Sub-Zero.
He is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, is there a second chair in this interrogation room?
Yeah, there's a chair right across from him.
Okay. Serin pulls up the chair, leans down, and holds out a hand and says, "My name's Serin."
He doesn't extend a hand. Othmar.
Nice to meet you, Othmar. I'm just here to examine you. So if I could ask you to just please remain still for a second. I'd like to see if you are okay.
Fair enough.
All right. And once I've done that, cast Detect Magic, which should let me see if anything is magical. It will glow, and I can also divine if it belongs to a particular school of magic, if it exists. So that's what I attempt first.
You don't detect any particular spell or anything. I'm not going to make you roll it because he's just allowing it. And obviously the room's allowing it too.
The room's cool with this spell.
Yeah.
The room gives you a thumbs up.
They just don't want any attacking going on.
What if you detect the room spell?
Well, you do detect that too, that the room actually has a magical dampening spell for aggressive magic.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Like your Eldritch Blast.
That was
And
a little
after that,
aggressive.
it
was a little aggro.
actually co-opted when he tried to do another spell to hide himself because he was an aggressor. The room decided he was an aggressor, so it started dissipating.
The room knows all, basically.
That does make sense, actually.
You should interrogate them.
Right. But you detect that spell, but you really don't detect any particular spell. However, as you're kind of looking him over, on his head, kind of towards the middle of his skull, but inside, you see a black spot.
Do I know if that is represented by any particular school of magic, or just that's all I get?
Abyssal.
Ooh. That's not good. So, I'm not going to tell him that, for starters, because no one wants to hear that kind of bad news.
Hey man, you got demon stuff on your head.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm not the doctor who gives you that
Right there.
prognosis.
Here's a napkin.
you just wipe it off, give it a little scrub, it'll be gone.
So, I think my first question for them is, do you remember what you found in the swamp?
And Othmar leans back, folds his arms. I don't remember anything from the swamp. How many times do I have to tell this to somebody else? I've told Mose, I've told Jackson, I've told Deverell, I've told my wife, who's now married to someone else, I don't remember anything.
When you say you don't remember anything, do you remember even entering the swamp to start with?
I remember going in with a party of 20. I remember Rinehold and Leo being there, and my brother and Arturo.
So
They
you do
were-
remember going in.
Yes.
What's the very last thing from the swamp that you remember? Your basic location, where you were. That will give us an idea of where to look.
There's only one entrance and one exit the way we were going. Where we were going, they had actually built up kind of a bramble wall, if you will, around that section of the swamp. The things that we were going after. We're not even sure what we were going after. We heard rumors, but we never saw anything. Of course, again, we don't remember where we went. We just remember walking in and remember walking out.
So after hearing this talk about a bramble wall in the middle of a swamp, I'm kind of curious
It's
if...
not necessarily at the middle, son.
Well, I mean, like, out there in the swamp somewhere.
Okay, I get
Not
you.
literally in the middle. And I kind of want to think that, like, Serin in his head is going through is, like, is there anything in nature that would create something like this? A beast that he's heard of? Anything that kind of, like, does that ring a bell with him? I do have nature.
Roll nature.
Okay, I was about to say. Aha! That is a 24.
There's tons of things that could do that. Anything of intelligent mind that wants nobody to get in there. Especially when the swamp, as you guys had noticed, does have a lot of brambles in it. So why not build a wall out of them? Because that's pretty much, well, and unless they use just fire to decimate the land.
Which we have done that
Which you
too,
have
which
done
is
too.
understandable.
But for the most part, they don't really. Whoever did this obviously didn't think somebody would do that. They just built a wall with one path in and one path out. It makes it easy to defend.
One path in, one path out, which is the same path, right?
Yeah,
Just to make that clear.
absolutely.
Yeah, not two separate paths.
Yeah, no, it's like
it's just
one
one
in the front and one in the
path.
back.
You enter and exit from that one path.
Shake it all about.
Yes,
Exceptionally
exactly.
easy to defend.
Excellent.
All right.
Because a wall can't even be climbed.
Oh, how big was this wall that you saw?
40 foot in the air.
40 feet? That's pretty recognizable for the swamp.
But it's the black brambles. One cut, you're done. They paralyze you and then kill you.
As opposed to killing you, then paralyzing you.
Technically, when you're killed, you've been paralyzed.
Yeah.
Permanently paralyzed.
Well, hey, rigor mortis.
True. So, Sarah nods. And understandably, as well, I understand you've had to tell the story a lot. I appreciate your cooperation. I think that's actually going to make this a lot easier for us to investigate now. So thank you very much for your time.
Don't mention it, just find out from Mose when I get to go start some sort of semblance of a life again.
Sarah nods. Does not offer a hand again since he knows that's not going anywhere. And he didn't have it out like the whole time, just leaving it out there hanging because that'd be awkward. But he turns around and walks out the door back towards the lobby.
Okay.
Is the word I want to use for where he came in, although
Meeting
that kind of sounds a little casual.
We need like a conference room.
A conference room.
Conference room.
Okay.
There's probably like a food table set up.
It's got like one really
we got some more dwarves.
I
Okay.
imagine so.
Um,
It's
Stromile,
I'm up.
you're up.
No.
Sorry, I stole your nature thunder. I just saw an opening and I took it.
No, that's good stuff. Who am I talking to here?
Actually, are you...
Oh, okay, so it's on me. Okay, so, yeah, I walk into the room.
Okay. As you walk into the room, it's a dwarf.
Was that in character? Just like,
You're
little.
Damn. No, I don't mean any disrespect by that. I keep that inside my own head. That laugh was inside my head.
It's...
We
It
haven't
is
seen
I was
a dwarf
tickled
yet
pink.
on this adventure.
Now, it is... It's a dwarf. Its skin is extremely pale.
It's.
It doesn't get a gender.
He didn't ask yet.
I'm observing
And
right now.
sometimes it's a little hard to tell the gender in a
There
dwarf.
are no
That is a
female
good
dwarves.
point.
I don't want
Anyway,
to say.
Holes in the ground.
Anyway,
Holes in the ground.
it has snow white hair braided all the way down, snow white beard.
Like cornrows.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm a sucker for
But
cornrows
like two
and
big
manicured
ones
toes.
just coming off the top of it. It has tattoos all over the top of its head
Really?
too.
This is cool.
Its eyes are jet black.
Oh.
Heroin.
It's a Durgar.
Sorry.
It might be a Durgar.
Fantasy heroine.
He's
Back
sitting.
into it.
He's sitting on the regular interrogation chair. His feet are kind of dangling off, and he's kicking them back and forth, kind of annoyed.
Oh, okay. Annoyed. All right.
Wearing the black armor with the purple sash. Of course, it looks a little smaller and wider.
It's kind of cute though, because it's smaller and it's purple and it's black.
It still looks pretty imposing.
And what type of look does he have on his face? He kind of gave me
Oh,
some of his
he's-
body gestures, but
Pissed off.
yeah.
He doesn't. He's far past frustrated. He is angry
Well,
and getting angrier by the second.
first off,
And we sent in Stro.
And then glass
Only we've
wants
sent in
it.
glass. This would have ended very
first
well.
off, what I want to do
Oh,
is
great. This is some progression. We've got the bumbling idiot, the chill teen, the stone-faced 60-year-old, and now
A dwarf.
the really angry, probably edgy midget.
I kind of want to
Oh,
drop
that's
kick.
getting
I
cut.
kind of want to
Yeah,
drop
that's
kick this midget at this point, and I'm just.
That's getting cut.
He's not a midget. He's a dwarf.
Throw it out
There's
there,
a
boy.
difference.
That was all inside my
Yeah,
head.
because, okay, let me give you an example.
They
All right.
prefer little people.
This guy, even though he's sitting in a chair, you're a pretty good judge of height, width type thing. You're a fighter. You can dress down
He's
someone
a good
pretty easy.
4x3.
Actually, he's closer to 4x4. About 4 foot tall, almost 4 foot wide. Solid. I mean, his neck muscles are bulging out from underneath his. I mean, it doesn't even look like he has a neck.
is
It's about his neck is about a half an inch thick. It looks, or half an inch wide.
Tall.
Yeah.
I tried to be cute there for a second, and I definitely want to take all that back. I want to have a lot of respect for this dwarf, and honestly, what he's been through. I'm not lying here. So I walk in, and I do offer a hand, and I say, hello, my name is Stromile.
He takes your hand and roll.
Strength contest. Do it.
Actually, no. Roll Constitution.
Macaron Tron or Tron.
You're just gonna like crack all your bones.
Trudeau his trump.
Constitution, so yeah.
That's right.
Oh, I get that joke. Yeah, you get a +5 to that.
Oh,
Nice. You
nice.
rolled
Nice,
just
very
as well as I did.
Nice
All right.
job.
He takes a hold of your hand, and when he does, it's like someone put your hand in a vice. It doesn't hurt you because you're able to reciprocate, but I mean, his hand is much smaller than yours, but it feels like someone had just put your hand in a vice and just cranked it as hard as they could.
And honestly, Stromile respects that. If you were to be the exact opposite of that, I wouldn't trust him. But and to be quite honest with you, he's been through a lot and he survived. So I have a lot of respect for him in
tell me,
that respect. What's your name?
He's using respect a lot.
He's trying to make up for the internal laughter. earlier.
I'm trying to make up for these two bumbling idiots and what they did the first two investigations.
Oh, come on now.
You didn't hear that, though.
Two.
Didn't hear that. You did.
Two.
What's your name, lad?
My name is Stromile Swiftly, sir. What's yours?
Arturo Silverbeard.
Arturo Silverbeard. Nice to meet you. And let me first off say that I know what you've been through has been very rough, very tough. I respect all that. However, we are trying to help you guys out. I do want to say that. And we're just trying to get to some bottom of some things and put all this together. Would you mind answering some questions for me?
Yeah, Christ, more questions.
I understand, Arturo. Very much so.
Just turn around and walk out.
Come back in with an illusion.
Still would have done better than glass.
I know you're a very honest man, and I know you care quite a bit, and so you would want to get this taken care of. Just answer a couple questions for me. I won't take up any more of your time.
Fine. What are your questions?
And so, can you just describe that day, like leading up to the march and going into the swamp? Like, what was going on? Did you hear any rumors or what you guys might be seeing?
All we know is that a section of the swamp that we had lost. We thought maybe the things that had taken it had spread themselves thin enough we might be able to take it back
Okay.
and rid the rid ourselves of them once and for all. That was the tips that our scouts had given us.
Okay.
So Captain Neidhart sends the 20 best of us, except for Mose. Didn't want to send the second in command. I respected that.
Sure, and I respect most too. He's a great guy.
There it
Is
is.
this a character decision you've made?
Yeah,
For
dude,
his attitude
I'm
towards
trying to be
people.
as honestly. I'm trying to be as tactful as I can because these guys have been through something pretty tough and pretty hard. They don't need another problem. I'm not trying to be a problem. I'm trying to be
Sure,
a
I think they're with you.
solution.
That actually makes perfect sense. I got you.
Yeah.
20 men
I
went
respect that.
into that swamp.
That's a shirt. I respect that. Yes, I respect that.
We fought driders, basilisks, ogres, which, trust me, Rinehold was not happy about that. But we did it anyway. And then we got to the area we were supposed to be. And the damn things had built almost a 30 to 40 foot wall out of the brambles around the area. So put together so well that Othar himself couldn't get through them, like weaving through him.
Interesting. Could you describe the area at all? Do you remember the area? Like maybe what it looked like?
Remember what? Outside of the gate?
Sure. Yes.
Well, it's Ski's swamp.
Okay.
If you were here, you've been through the swamp.
Yes, I just didn't know if you took note of any landmarks or anything that could help us get back to that area.
I could
into
draw you a
investigation.
map. I know exactly where it's at.
Okay, well,
Get a
great,
map.
man. Could
Do
you
it.
do that for us
Do it.
then? I'll go ahead and grab
You got some paper with
a
you.
sheet of paper. A pencil.
If you have an adventures pack, and you do,
Yeah.
you've got all that.
Yeah, you're good.
Let me first off say, Arturo, you're the man. All right.
The area you'll be wanting is up here in the north. You won't miss the wall. You'll see it. It's all bramble, and it's black bramble at that. Let me tell you, boy, don't touch the thorns.
Oh, okay.
Instant death.
Thank you very much.
Skip the paralysis.
I was saying, we're getting mixed reports from this.
To get there from here, of course, the first thing you'll have to do is get out of the banks, right?
Okay.
You just go north. At the edge of the banks, that's where Ski's swamp starts. And then, do you want the safest path, or do you want to test your metal a little bit?
Option A.
As much as I like to test my metal, I think the others in my group will want to just take the safest path. I appreciate you giving me the options, but safest path.
The safest path will take you 3 days on foot. But once you hit the swamp, you will want to swing wide to the east. Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Got it.
You will want to walk past the burnt cross.
Okay.
It's a stone, just so you know. You'll want to walk east of the burnt cross, past the old witch's lair. You don't have to worry about her, we killed her.
Oh, very good. Very good.
A year ago.
Yeah.
She was a saucy little minx,
No!
All right.
but she deserved to die.
Hey, Arturo, I
She
take
was
your word on
eating
that.
children.
Ooh.
Oh, she had a house made out of candy.
I didn't
was
mind
her.
it. It depends on the child. Sometimes they taste good. Sometimes they're a little sweet.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not going to judge you on your eating habits.
But she was stealing them. She wasn't doing it right. She wasn't buying them off of the black market. She was supposed to.
Man, Arturo took a move.
Okay. Well then.
He's still my buddy, though, and I'm still sticking with him, so...
You still respect
Once you get,
Exactly. Yeah.
once you get
Chill.
to the old witch's hut,
You got it. That was
cut
quickly.
west hard.
Okay.
If you walk east of the witch's hut, you run into Drider territory.
Okay, so
And
west
trust
of
me,
the-
you don't want that.
Okay.
If you walk into the witch's hut, of course, it doesn't have a back door. You're not going to go anywhere after that.
Ooh. Arturo, you're crazy, man. All right.
I am not crazy. crazy.
Crazy in a good way. All right.
Nice save. Quick. Roll a save for that save.
Nat ones.
Once you cut hard back west, when you see the death mounds, hang a hard right and start going back north again. If you walk through the death mounds, I can't ensure that you'll live through it.
Okay.
Good brandy.
If you go west of those mounds, there are things there that will burn your soul.
And the Pet Shop Boys lied to us.
Yeah, I definitely don't want
Yeah,
that.
they did.
There's a reference no one's gonna get. okay, one person.
The Butcher Beck connection. Once again.
Let's be focused.
But you
Gotta be a little older.
Yeah, you do.
I got it.
Anyway, then you go, and once you go north, you won't be able to miss that wall. 30 to 40 foot high, and it runs the length of the walls of the keep.
I can't tell you how much this has helped us, to tell you the truth, Arturo. I appreciate that. Do you yourself feel any different after all of this?
Like you have an abyssal mark on the top of your head, but
Physically, do you feel like, you're not Stone Temple Pilots half the man you used to be? Or like, do you feel mentally you can't remember
He's a
other
dwarf,
things
Stone.
as well?
You feel like you
a
don't
little
respect
calmer
people
than
enough.
I used to be.
Really?
Yes.
Uh,
I only had to slap Rinehold once.
How did we miss that cut?
As Stromile, I want to observe the body of Arturo. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
I'm
I know what you
not
mean.
trying to make this apparent to Arturo. I'm not trying to make this apparent to Arturo, but I'm kind of looking him down, noticing like his body for any marks or scrapes, cuts, bruises, things like
marks of
that.
demons.
Well, there's tons of scrapes, tons of scars. He's displaying them proudly. Unlike the rest of the Regulators, his uniform does not have anything over his arms, and of course his arms are like 32 inches around.
So you can see that sweet chain tattoo that he's got.
No, he doesn't have a chain tattoo.
He gets a
but
barbed wire on one, chains on the
he
other.
does have several like cross hatches
Snakes.
running down his arm where it looks like
so many
he
snakes.
took like, just one arrow after another running down his arm.
Arrows.
Got hit by an evil pinfish.
But they're scars, and they're old. They're not new scars. They're old scars. But he's, scars all over from what you can see. I mean, his armor is going to cover up most of it, not to mention the fact he's kind of diminutive as far as height, so anything below the neck, yeah, you don't see.
Okay.
His armor, it looks extremely well worn. It has a lot of scratches and stuff like, and scuffs and stuff like that on it. But you knowing what, especially leather armor and stuff like that, looks like, especially after somebody's been wearing it for a long time, this is nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
His armor looks like somebody who loves to fight.
And I like that. I respect that. Arturo, is there anything else that you'd like to add? Because honestly, I can tell you're very upset and disturbed about this. We're just trying to solve this, problem. Is there anything more you can tell me or that you want to add that might help us in our investigation?
I don't know what more I can tell you, lad, because that's all I remember was my brother and I, Rinehold, and Winnemar, 2 others, walking in to there, and then walking back out.
Wait. This is kind of important. Was him saying "and 2 others" you forgetting their names, or was he forgetting their names?
I'm not telling.
Oh, well, no, that's kind of important, because we need to know if you know your own fantasy names or not.
Does Beck know his own fantasy names?
Well, how many are you interrogating right now?
Well, okay,
5.
I'm just saying.
Well, we haven't got to the 5th one yet.
Yeah.
We got
2
Rinehold,
more.
So we got 3 more after you.
And so far, 4 of you have learned 5 names, right?
Yeah, because he skipped.
And the other 2 names haven't been said yet.
Okay.
That's right.
It turns out it was us all along. Twist.
Arturo, if we were to go,
It's actually illusions of ourselves mirrored back at us.
Yeah.
if me and my men were to go back out into the swamp to try to, honestly seek out not only like what happened, but who did it, would you be willing to go with us?
I'm not going back out in that swamp. As soon as I'm released, I'm going home. I've paid my due. I've done my time.
Done no,
The deeps of Cragshire are where I belong.
you've done no sentence, but committed no, or you've done your sentence but committed no crime.
Exactly.
Bad mistakes, you've made a few.
A few.
Do you respect that?
I do respect that. Honestly, Arturo, thank you very much, man. I think your map is going to help us out quite a bit. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And honestly, I hope we can get this thing taken care of and you can get back home and things can get back to
Best
normal
of
for
luck
you.
to you, lad.
If we're ever in
Get his mailing
Marshana
address so you can send him a letter.
in under different
Someone needs a
circumstances,
pen pal.
I'm going to hook you up with a drink, man. I think you need a drink. I've got the hookup. Once this is all over with, we're going to hang out.
Hang
If I'm still here when you're back, you'll need to buy me a drink. Because I'm fairly certain I will have killed the rest of the damn regulators. And
Sit-
he's not smiling when he said that.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? My bad. I didn't hear you there. I'm deaf. And that's both character and Stromile.
I said, if I'm still here when you come back, you'll definitely have to buy me a damn drink. Because I'm going to kill the rest of the regulators.
Can I ask why? Can I ask why?
You're about to start
Arturo.
laughing.
No, I mean, I just what happened there, man? What's going on with that? They're not your friends?
I've
One of
been
them's
walking
your
out of the swamp less than a week ago. My wife is gone. My children are gone. A year has passed, and I didn't know it. And what do my brethren do? They lock me and my brother and the survivors in a cell until they figure out what the hell to do with us. I love Mose like a brother, but if he doesn't let me out soon, I'm going to wear his intestines as a necklace.
I think that'd be a good look for you, Arturo. But I'm going to do everything in my power to get that taken care of as soon as possible. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. And so I leave the room.
You just said like you started speaking a little quickly. Like, okay, all right, bye.
End of combo. End of convo right there.
And and I leave the room.
Okay,
Excellent job, dude.
all right.
Got us a
Respectfully.
map.
Say what?
Respectfully, excellent
Thank
job.
you.
All right, last but certainly not least, Zayne.
Well, don't speak too quickly.
You're up room number 5.
Right. Yeah. So
door number 5.
I walk in, not with a lot of urgency, but a measured pace.
Okay, okay. As you walk into the room, standing with his back to you, kind of just facing a wall, with his hands behind his back, is a half-elf.
Oh, you lucked out, man.
He has jet black hair that is done up in a ponytail that runs clear down past his waist. Actually, past his butt, too. I mean, it is
Oh.
almost... It's long enough, it looks like a tail. That's how long this thing is. Weaved within the braid are spikes.
Oh.
Oh, he's Bayonetta.
He's about to be.
Is he also wearing his hair? He's clearly like Bayonetta.
High heels.
He's wearing the jet black armor of the regulators with the purple sash. Of course, as soon as you walk in and the door closes behind you, he slowly turns around, and the first thing you notice about him is that both of his eyes are milky white.
That would have been nice to know before going in there.
I say, hey, my name is. hey.
My name is.
That's why we're
My name is
right here. That's why
My
we're
name
my
is-
respects right there.
Yeah, see, my name is Zayne, and I am here to finish the questioning and to put in to wrap up this whole thing.
It's very nice to meet you, Zayne Knox. My name is Willamar Soft-Spoken. What can I do for you? And he's not looking at you. He's looking close to you.
Right.
You can tell if he just has a solid white eye.
He's blind.
Well, he's looking in the general direction,
Yeah.
but you can tell he's not looking at you.
Can you tell me what the original mission was for you guys going into the swamp?
Absolutely. We were meant to go take out the things that had taken the northern part of the swamp.
Do you know what things they were?
Various.
Just a gathering of demons, of...
Some demons, driders, ogres, dark elves, which, let me tell you, Othmar loved that. Yeah, just all kinds of bad things.
Do you remember the names of the rest of your party that did not return with you?
What?
Do you remember the full 20 people, the names of the full 20 people?
What?
Can I make an insight check to see what's going on?
Sure.
Here's your 19.
Yeah,
was
it was a
literally
19, so
That's
that's
3 19s.
That's a 24. That is a 24.
You know, I mean, okay, you asked that question 2 more times.
Yeah.
Every time you ask, well, every time you get to the part where you talk about the ones that did not survive, or 20 people, even though he's blind, his eyes kind of go blank.
Blanker.
Yeah. He's like a very clean sheet. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, his mouth kind of opens a little bit, and his mind just seems to wander
He's
off.
just dumbfounded.
And no facial expression whatsoever. As soon as he says what, his face just goes back to being...
Hey, it's just like teaching.
that's the best joke of the night. What are the names of the other 6 people who returned with you to the...
Well, there were the brothers Othar and Arturo, and Rinehold. That's it.
let me see here.
So he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Dark Elf was the last one. The
Yeah.
draft. Okay.
Yeah, was it Silver Hair or whatever his name
Silvermane?
was?
Silvermane.
Yeah, close enough.
Silverbeard was the dwarf.
Silvermane.
Silvers in
Silvermane was
the Regulators.
Do you remember the path you guys took to the destination? Do you remember the path leading up there?
It was in the swamp.
Did anything
No.
did anything happen along the way?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
to the gumdrop
killed some driders. We killed some wayward ogres. Killed a witch.
Of the 4 names you just mentioned, who would be, if you were to say... See, the fact that he doesn't remember the other people messed this all up for me. I didn't say obviously that out loud.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Even though you don't know the names of
Were
others.
the 4 of you that you recall considered really strong fighters and tough warriors for this mission?
We're regulators.
Were you considered tougher than the average regulator?
Tougher than the average.
Well,
I was thinking that now.
by experience, yes. Othmar, myself,
Arturo.
I want to make sure I'm getting them right.
Othmar.
Yeah. Othmar, Arturo, and I, we've been doing this for almost 20 years. Rinehold hasn't been doing it that long, but, I mean, come on, he's a half-ogre.
Yeah, that speaks for him. That speaks for it right there.
Do you have any sort of spell that you could cast?
Well, see, here's
I'm not saying that to sound like a jerk or anything. I'm actually really curious.
So player wise, I rolled a 24 on insight, which is pretty dang good. I can't do any better than that really. Otherwise, roll a critical. I have Zone of Truth, but 24, he's telling the truth. Like he's just saying, he's telling me what he's got, and that's all he's got. So, I right now sitting there.
Zone of Truth. Oh,
Right.
That would have made my night.
All right, well, we've got 2 more.
Nice roll, jerk.
We've got 2 more people to interrogate. So I say, okay. When you returned, coming back through the swamp, did you notice anything different than when you went in?
Ski Swamp doesn't change that much.
Okay. What were your companions like coming back?
We just wanted to go home.
Just want to go. I appreciate it. I thank you very much, and like I said, we'll be getting this issue solved as soon as we can. Thank you.
Wait,
We'll be in touch.
Sounded like a Cox communication.
Can you stay in this interrogation room between the days of next week from 9 to 10?
Did you try resetting him? That might have helped him get his memory back.
Did you try turning it on or off? Did you unplug it and plug it back in?
I don't have that spell. That's a level 3 spell.
Has anybody talked to Leo?
Who?
The Drow. So yes.
Well, I know that, but because he didn't mention that name before, so I don't know who that is.
Leo might know more than we do.
Who's Leo?
Part of the group.
Okay. So he might know more. Okay, I will go talk to him. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to him. So and then I open the door
No.
and I
Go out to the lobby.
and I see you guys probably.
No glass. You do not
Are
get
we
to talk
chilling
to
on the
me.
lobby? Is that what we're doing? We're just.
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
We're enjoying some
Like I said,
finger
this was
foods.
basically in bullet time, so you guys were doing this at the same time.
I do think that we all
You guys-
filed
Yeah,
that same thing.
Except for his muck up of.
Yeah, except for his.
Yeah,
except
Glass-
for
I gotta
Glass
admit, he did get us some good information.
ran to his room, screwed it up, and then went to the next room.
It's like, well, round 2.
So we all gather and I guess compare notes.
Yeah, and let's just say we did that so we don't got to recap all the stuff everyone just heard.
Excellent call. Time skip.
Well, Moses is going to sit here now. So, what'd you find?
Don't mess with Mighthold. Or Rinehold.
Yeah.
I tried to tell you.
Don't do that.
I actually think I have
I
something
don't you're an idiot. at
pretty
times.
interesting here,
Yeah.
guys. I actually got a map
nice.
from Arturo Silverbeard I talked to.
Silverbeard gave you a map.
Silvermane.
Do you think
No.
I would
No,
know?
Silvermane was my guy.
Wait,
Leo
Silverbeard.
was Silvermane.
Leo Silvermane was me, and then Arturo Silverbeard was Dirk.
I feel like
Yeah, I know. It's confusing.
you should know this. You live in Dungeons and Dragons. Someone being silver something should just be like, oh yeah, that's like Smith.
I went to school with a ton of silver people.
I know, right?
Wait, Stromile, Silverbeard gave you a map?
Yeah, Mose, he did. He described the path that they took that day, basically leading up to whenever I guess they lost their memory. Do you think we'd be able to trust this map? Do you think
Well,
we could
yeah,
trust
I mean, Silverbeard's probably the best tracker we had.
Well,
Let's see it, first of all.
okay, yeah, so
Ta-da.
can I just use, okay. So, guys, here it is right here. You come up north out of the banks.
Right.
And he said this is about a 3-day journey, so just letting you know that.
Yeah, if you're taking the safe route, if you don't want any action.
And he did mention that, Mose. He said there was a safe route and there was
There's still action, but it's not the kind of action that would get you killed.
Okay, and I did
That kind of action.
give us the
This is going to
safe
be a
route.
sexy route into the swamp.
We didn't ask about that. We wanted safe.
Funny you should say that. There used to be a saucy little witch that lived there until they killed her.
By the way, I just want to say, the second you showed us the map to the swamp, the very first time we got there was a little building, and I said, oh look, it's a witch's hut. Somebody else confirmed that, because that actually happened.
That actually did happen. Yes,
Okay,
it was on there.
so I needed to get that out
That's
there.
why I showed up on this map.
Please keep that in the podcast.
I was about to say, guess what gets cut?
No. Everyone needs to know that I called it.
Okay, so this is a map. This is the safe way.
Yeah, this is the safe way to go. We get to the banks. We head east.
Right.
Once
north
we head
north
east,
end of the banks basically runs into the swamp.
Yeah, we're gonna head east. We're gonna see a burnt cross made out of stone. I don't know how stone burns, but
It's actually just a rock, but it's black.
oh, okay.
And
So
then it
the
kind of
burn
looks like
aspect of it.
a T, a cross, whatever you want to call
Oh, okay. Okay.
it. So they call it the burnt cross.
Okay, so we'll see that. That'll be one of our first landmarks we'll see. Once we see the burnt cross, we'll still head east. We're going to head until we see the witch's lair. The former witch is what I hear. She's not around anymore, but
Right,
she used to be a saucy gal. That makes me mad that I'm not going to get to meet her.
That would, see, day one, yeah, you're probably going to get to that cross.
Okay, that's a good reference. There.
I would suggest that you guys go on ahead and camp there for the night.
Okay.
That is considered kind of a sacred monument there in the swamp. Not like a burial site or anything, so they don't mind if you stay there.
Okay.
But it's kind
We're
of
gonna desecrate
like
so
the Driders and some of these
No, we
things out
ain't.
there are religious.
You ain't.
What the hell? The things in the swamp, they usually don't mess with anybody who stays there. It's kind of like sanctuary ground. You know what I mean? So that would be a good place to spend your first night.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Thank you very much.
Just like the area around the cross, is it like poison to them or something, or would it harm them at all? Is that why they don't?
No, they just look at it as reverence more than anything else.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. I don't know why they would look at a symbol like that and go,
Better stay away from that.
better stay away from that, it's bad. Or, well, you know, we've got to pay homage to that or whatever, but they do.
Sure.
The witch's hut, if you can stand the howling,
Ooh.
it's not a bad place to stay.
And howling from or
The ghosts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sure.
So, hey,
Why not?
Just the
3 out of 5 stars on Yelp.
Well,
So
Zayne,
Minus
are
2
you
for
gonna
the
be able to
howling.
take this?
Plus 3.
Gentlemen,
Nice
what you
air
have to
conditioning,
understand is that the reason why they ended up having to kill her, she had killed and eaten almost 27 different children.
lovely.
ooh, 27.
And Arturo had mentioned that actually.
And funnily enough, lured them all into the swamp.
That is kind of funny when you put it like that.
Yeah, laugh track.
Is there?
Thaumaturgy.
Oh, I don't know. And so, guys, once
And
we
then
see
after
the
that-
witch's layers, we're gonna cut west, and we're gonna see death mounds. Once we see the death mounds, we'll head right, and then
Right.
that's what we'll see.
Death mounds
the
are
wall.
a little group of hills. There's something buried there. We don't know what the hell it is. We can't identify any of the skeletons. They don't look like anything we have ever seen. That, I wouldn't stay there. I'll tell you that.
And so, okay, so Mose, this is a day here.
Right.
When do you think we'd be coming upon another day of
Probably the cross is going to be day 1. You're probably going to get to the witch's hut about day 2 because this area he has you going in, this is murk. This is pretty deep. So you're going to be wading through stuff all day. You're going to be exhausted by the time you get to the witch's hut. Once you go west of the witch's hut, it turns into drier ground. So you might be able to beat feet. You should probably reach the gate by the end of day 3.
Okay.
With good scouting and everything, we could get there.
Yeah.
Man, good thing we have a ranger on our team.
I'm
No
just-
way.
I'm freaking amazed that you actually got Silverbeard to do anything.
Silverbeard, he was frustrated. He was upset. He wanted to punch me in the face, but I showed him a lot of respect.
Did you say he was going to wear my intestines as a necklace again?
Mose,
Tell the truth.
because you and I are boys. Yeah, he said that. I know.
Out of character, are you going to tell them that he's
I'll
going to
get him
kill
a pint.
everyone?
He'll be fine. I'll get him a girl. He'll be better.
Can I mention something as well? Since you've been with us for a little while here, you've never proven to steer us wrong. He's upset. He mentioned that if something doesn't happen soon, he might get violent.
Says that every time he gets pissed. He's
Out
threatened to
of
kill
curiosity-
every single one of us at least one point in time in the last, I've known him for 10 years. He's done it every day.
Out of curiosity, how many times did he threaten to specifically wear your intestines as a necklace?
About once a week.
I'm sure I'm sure he hasn't threatened you in about a year or so.
Gee, I wonder why.
I mean, you
That
did
seemed a little insensitive.
Like, stop talking.
All right.
So, fellas,
And see, gentlemen, this is exactly why I had to cut his interrogation short because his smart mouth will get
What'd
him
you do?
killed someday.
Glass, what did you do? What do you mean?
You didn't hear it?
had a little fun.
I actually did hear it.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah,
pretty well.
Number of it.
I'll just tell you this because one of you actually is going to have to go in there and try to get something out of him now.
Glass touches his nose.
Well, I'm sending you back in there. He'll just rip your arms off and beat you with it.
Ooh, dibs on sending Glass
And
back
this is
in.
this is the half ogre we're talking
You
about.
guys
Yes,
get, so
Rinehold.
one of you gets to go in and try to talk to Rinehold now after
I'll
he's
buff you up.
Now, I will tell you
Wrestle
one
him.
thing that I thought he wouldn't, that Mr. Glass would know, but now that I know that he didn't know that, I might want to tell the rest of you. Don't ever insult a half ogre, especially Rinehold.
Seems pretty obvious.
Rinehold knows he's not the smartest tool in the shed, for that matter.
And he's an ogre. He's not the smartest tool in the shed.
Not how the lyric goes. You know, somebody actually once told him that.
I was probably hit by this guy looking dumb with his finger and his thumb in the shape of an L.
I might
in his
have to
forehead.
kill Glass tonight. I might.
If Glass doesn't shut up, I'm going to smash him in the mouth.
That's like the worst.
He'll be seeing All Stars. He'll be seeing All Stars.
All right. Okay.
Anyway,
This isn't cool.
he's
But
not.
they say it gets colder.
He's not
You better
very
not now,
smart.
wait till you get older.
But he
Stop
knows
it.
when somebody's insulting him, and that's exactly what your friend here did. Started mimicking his talk.
Okay, to be honest, it was catchy.
It doesn't matter if it's catchy. It was stupid.
I had to catch
Not to
on.
mention the fact you threw a frickin' blast.
Yeah, what was that
at him.
bang I heard?
Have you ever heard of Good Cop, Bad Cop? Because
Familiar.
Reinhold.
Have I ever heard of Good Cop, Bad
All right,
Cop?
hey, we've all seen Vorpal Weapon. All right, we know what you're trying to do. That was a little fantasy joke for you
That
there.
was
Really good.
It's a very famous stage play in Dungeons and Dragons.
yes, it is. You're gonna stay out here. Who wants to go in and talk to the half?
Mose, I have a question.
I got an answer.
When you talked to, I'm assuming you talked to everybody, all of the returners.
Yeah.
Did any of them remember the others who did not return?
Funny you should ask that. No,
No.
I can't remember their names or what they looked like.
So
I don't know this, but what about the black mark on your guy? I
Are
guess
you
I don't
talking
know
about
that, but
what I
You
found
would have
in
shared
the
that, though.
magic? Well, I mean, unless you want me to share it in character, which
Yeah, I'd rather you share it in character because
Okay.
my bad. But I think that.
No, it's-
And actually, Serin does take this time to interject because he's heard what everyone said. Is like, so since being a wizard, I used a spell.
Me
What did you
too.
find?
A spell that didn't insult someone that I asked politely before I used it because
Yeah, I
I don't
know.
want to get smeared into paste.
yeah, the rooms tell us which when spells are used and stuff like that.
Well, the spell that I used was detect magic, and I did detect something deep inside of his head, something abyssal, something evil. I don't know exactly what it was,
What it looked like?
like a tiny black dot.
Tiny or about the size of an acorn?
Probably about the size of an acorn now that you mention it.
And you're pretty sure it was abyssal.
I am positive it's abyssal. I would bet my spellbook on it.
You noticed something similar before? It seemed you just put a lot of emphasis
Did you
on
see
the
anything
size
like
of it.
that?
I did not know. I was more curious about just the memory lapse. I did not give the guy once over. Although he's blind. The half elf was blind.
Yeah,
Was he blind before going in?
This is
absolutely.
just being ableist now. What are you doing?
Well, first off, okay, I have a question.
And the
Why did they send in a blind person into a
Oh
swamp?
no! Oh, cut
Because
this
that
whole
blind
thing.
person can kill you in half a second.
Okay, that makes sense. But
Demonstration on glass?
His
Nope.
entire torso and actually, yeah, his entire torso is a freaking weapon.
A lethal weapon. Huh?
Even the hair
Too
on,
old
like
for this.
Iron Man.
even the hair on his head will kill you.
I'm glad I didn't. rub
You
his head
didn't
on
see the damn spikes in that long ass braid of his?
I.
They're not there for decoration. Just kind of whips his head around
So
and
do
wraps
we-
around someone's neck, and then he jerks his head back and rips her head off.
So do we want?
No, I was gonna go with whip your hair back and forth, but yours. Okay, that was good too.
It was a bad joke. Just say it. It's okay. I admit it.
I have a question for the group. Do we want to interrogate the rest of the people and call Rinehold down, or do we want to?
I think we have
Well, you
what we
two
need.
are already assigned someone. You know that.
Oh, I mean, yes.
We have the other two
Okay,
remaining.
I'm
So
kind of interested in
Should
this
we-
Mark.
Should we interview them both together?
I think so. I think that might be wise.
Yeah. And as I have a high wisdom, that would make sense.
If
And
you
I
need-
have not a great
if you need
wisdom.
a bad cop,
That's fine. That's all well and good.
You're staying out of
You guys can do it
everything.
together.
if you need a
Class.
lukewarm
My
cop,
question is, who in the hell is going to go in there and try to calm Reinhold down?
I
and get
think-
something out of him.
The smartest choice would be the strongest person in our party. Reinhold seems like a big strong guy. Why not send our big strong guy in there?
Alone?
Well buffed. I mean, someone could sing him a little song about how great
Well,
he is.
Actually, it might be the logical choice. There's
Just
not very
remember
many
your
people that can get
respects.
anything out of Silverbeard. He's
true.
kind of cantankerous, and I'm surprised you still have all your body parts.
When you say
The power of respect.
by the way, Dirk just did the worm.
Stromile did
Not the worm. Is that the worm? What is it?
More like
the
the
wave?
It's the wave, yeah, the wave.
No, he got on the ground and did the worm.
Yeah. In
Yeah,
celebration
so like,
of
Don't mind if I do.
we actually had to cut all of that thumping and horrible noise.
Yes.
It was really bad.
When you say muscle me up or beef me up, are you saying like putting like a spell onto me to like help protect me? Is that
Of
what you
course.
mean? I don't know if I want to approach him in that way. I don't think I want him to see me any more like buffed up or.
I will say any buffs you put on yourselves once you walk through those doors, that buff goes away.
No.
Oh,
Well, you could just sing him the song to be nice.
I could.
I don't
doesn't
know.
do
Reinhold, unless somebody provokes him, and he looks directly at Glass.
I'm also gonna look directly at Glass.
Reinhold is as gentle as a kitten, unless he's pissed.
Okay. I think I can do it. However, this is out of character. Can we somehow look up that old ogre's name and get that name? Because I'm honestly going to make a connection with Rinehold by using that.
What old ogre?
Zayne, do you remember the
No.
name of... No?
I don't.
Okay.
But and this is player. He's talking about the
Yeah, I'm like...
Oh, you guys mean dog.
Well, not really.
Yeah.
Stop being such a Kleenex.
I know he had a
It's
name,
okay.
and I said it out of reverence when he died.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a derogatory remark.
Okay.
He actually gave himself that name.
Because I'm going to use
so you
dog
know.
to make a connection with Rinehold.
Jackson-
Dogs do have a lot of personality.
Jackson over here
Some would
might
say
be
they're
a jackass
man's
and treat him like crap and call him dog in a derogatory way, but he actually called himself dog more often than not.
Okay. Well,
And that's actually how Reinhold knew him too.
Well, okay, fair
there
enough.
you go, Dirk. I mean,
All right.
To
Yeah.
be perfectly honest, until he disappeared, Reinhold was dog's handler.
Rinehold was dog. Okay.
Do you want to do? So we want to send Stroan before we do our thing.
Maybe what we could do, and this is just more from a might be more fun perspective, send him there as the person in charge, but he could still have some backup if the backup promises to be good.
Well, okay. First off,
So not Glass.
I'm gonna.
Glass is not going
Oh,
back
right,
into
he
that
can't,
room.
period. I
Right.
forgot about that.
Here's the thing. It would have to be.
Glass,
One
you're
of
not
us.
going back into that room.
What if I look like somebody else?
We have our
You're
own
not.
thing to do.
You're not going back in there.
You're not going
End
to
of
get to look
story.
like anybody else. Remember what happened last time.
What if he put an illusion to make him look like himself? And he's his twin brother.
Glass.
I have a question. Should we? Because basically all Stromile is going to do is calm the half ogre down. We do the interrogation first. If we happen to get all the information we need, and just go and do the thing, and then that way, if we solve it and we win everything, then we come back and it's we get the high score and then we get
And we win D&D.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you what.
If we leave and then we solve it,
If
we can come back
Stromile's
with
going
good
to go
news.
talk to Reinhold, and you guys are going to go talk to the last two, why don't you take Glass with you? Why don't you, Nidianus,
Nidianus.
Nidi,
Honest.
Honest,
Damn it.
Nidianus, why don't you go with Stromile? And
Alright.
Glass, why don't you go with Serin and Zayne?
I'm just saying it's getting late in the day. We
Will
need to
do.
get going. If you know what I
And
mean.
Serin actually looks straight at Glass and says, "No. Don't. You can come, but no.
You know what I mean. Just don't do it.
Duct tape his mouth shut.
No. I'm going to do that.
What?
Yeah.
I have the silent spell.
Was 90...
I will not.
I actually have a lot of spells that
90
can
was
do
a
fun
part
things
of
like
the
that.
interrogation on
But that
Rinehold, correct?
No, Nidi was
Oh, okay.
Nidianus
He had-
was Leal's interrogator.
Okay, and then he came. Okay, so
And
Rinehold
he actually got a
never
decent amount of
seen-
information off of Leal.
You really did.
Yeah.
I'd say that with our powers combined, we did a good job.
Yeah.
Also
Except for
Captain
So
someone.
who goes first? Who should we do? Who should we do?
I'm never letting you live that down, by the way.
What?
The fact that you screwed that up.
Oh, that was
Oh no,
Um,
he actually had an amazing interrogation, and I loved it.
Actually, first,
5 stars.
Stromile, you're Reinhold, so go.
Okay. So, I turned to 90 and,
No, that's just your
that's
name.
his name.
That's your name. Night light.
That's what you get in a world with Glass, Zayne, Serin, Stromile, and you try to add an extra syllable on
That's
there.
right.
We all have very short
You're
names.
welcome.
Easy to spell. Easy to remember.
I originally had 3 syllables to mine, but I had to have a title, so.
He is a Benjamin, and that's like what, 3-4 syllables?
But
3
it's also a
syllables,
common
still
name.
one more.
Yeah.
And they can call you Benji for short.
Yeah.
And most
That's
of the time,
okay.
people call him Glass.
1 syllable.
A glass. Anyways.
Alright, so I'm a...
I turn to 90
oh boy.
and I say, 90, no offense, but just please let me do most of the talking here. I don't want you to get hurt. This half ogre is already upset.
You're going to use your powers of respect
Yes. Yes.
All right, I respect that.
I was about to
very
say,
good.
don't disrespect the powers of
Nighty,
respect.
you saw how it went with glass. Let's do the exact opposite. Okay?
So not explode the back wall.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
it
So
was a good plan.
when we walk in, I walk in first.
Trying to intimidate a half ogre.
What do I see? Like what
All right.
what do I come into?
You walk in, and there's about an 8.5 foot tall, about 84-inch wide half ogre sitting at a table, growling at you.
Like he looks at me in his eyes and he's
And his hands are in fists on the table. There are dents in this metal table where his fists are sitting.
It's the size of a trash can lid.
So-
What do you expect?
whenever I enter the room, we enter the room. I look at him right into his eyes. I don't shy away. I look at him right in his eyes and I say, Mr. Rinehold, first and foremost, I want to apologize for what my associate did. I won't call him my friend. I'll call him my associate. What my associate did to you, how he treated you. I know you guys went through a lot with this battle. You lost a lot, not only men, but you can't remember. We are here to try to help you guys out and to fix this problem. This is my other associate, Nighty, but he's not even going to talk, so don't worry about him. He's not even in the room. But
How human and mini elf help Rinehold?
we want to find out what did this to you, where it happened, so we can take care of it and make sure it never happens ever again.
It never happened to Rinehold again. Rinehold no go back.
And we don't want you to have to go back. We're just investigating, and we want to try to get some answers.
Rinehold wants mother.
Awkward.
Out of character. Wait. We know that Moss told him that Mom died. Did he tell the rest of us? So okay. So we have.
So
I don't know, your mom might be dead.
I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah. Because I'm
Rinehold-
definitely gonna say that to an already angered half ogre.
and it's my understanding, Rinehold, from talking to Mose and even Arturo. I don't know if you know Arturo or not. I actually talked to him earlier as well. He mentioned that once this all gets taken care of, you guys will be able to leave. Then after this, you might be able to see your mother. So I'm definitely just trying to make that happen to get you
Rinehold
to where
wants to see mother now.
if you can help.
Quick, disguise self.
If you can maybe help me just answer a couple questions, I will do everything in my power to make that happen. I understand.
Too many questions.
Let me just say this. Let me just mention one name. Dog. What does that name mean to you?
Slave
But you loved him.
like dog.
Don't put it in the past tense.
Dog. I want to tell you a story. On a mission with my colleagues, I was hurt very bad. I was paralyzed from the waist down. I couldn't move. It was Dog who saved me that night. I have so much
How
respect for dogs. And I have so
How
much.
dogs save you?
He put me on his back. He held me on his shoulders and he walked me.
Dog no save you, then regulators save you.
No,
That dog job.
even though he was doing his job according to the regulators, according to me, he was a lifesaver. He was a hero to me that day.
Dog were hero, he would still be alive and be free.
I
Tell him about Dog's Law.
I respect. I
free in all of
I
us.
respect that,
Dog freed all of us.
and I'm just going to say that me personally, I didn't have anything to do with that. I love Dog. He saved my life. I would never do anything to harm him. If he was your friend and he was my
Dog
friend,
died
can't you
the
and I
way
be friends?
Dog was destined. Dog died in battle. Dog died falling to a superior force. Just like all ogre.
I turn toward 90 and I give like a goodness gracious, this isn't going anywhere look like. Wow, this is crazy.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can you show us what that look looks like? I know the podcast won't
Right.
see it, but I need to see this look.
Yeah, this is.
I'm
It actually is a really good.
really good.
Okay.
if I were looking at that, I'd probably think, like, as Carl, not as Nidianus, I'd be like, you're not, it's like, to me that doesn't come off as a, oh my gosh, this isn't going anywhere. That's like, he's scaring the crap out of you.
Well, he is a little scared.
Who wouldn't be scared though?
Yeah. Glass wasn't.
Did you care about? I don't want to say that. Can you help us? Can you help me? Will you help me? Will you help me do good? Will you help me restore justice?
How?
Just answering a couple questions for me about that day.
No
And I'm gonna limit it.
No more question.
I'd hold off on it a little for now.
Rinehold, remember nothing. Rinehold, go in. Rinehold, come out. Rinehold with 5 others. Rinehold, remember nothing.
5 others.
That what Rinehold said.
We counted 7 came back.
6.
You're sure it was, you counted 6?
Rinehold's stupid. Rinehold can count though.
Reinhold, we don't think you're stupid at all. We have much respect for
Rinehold, no,
you.
he's stupid.
But I think everyone has their
Reinhold
their,
check
their role
character
here.
sheet.
In score of 5.
Reinhold,
Rinehold have intelligent of 2.
do you remember those names, Reinhold?
That's a joke of the
Do you remember
night.
those names and names of your colleagues that came back with you?
Windimar, Othmar, Leal, Arturo. Reinhold no remember other name. Remember face, no remember other name.
Can you describe the face?
Short, squish face. Big ears, big nose.
He's a pug.
Ross Perot. Call it now.
Eyes like green grass.
Reinhold, did you suffer any cuts, bruises from the
You
battle?
ask what battle?
I think that answers that.
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
battle? We fought 4 different times before getting to war.
Any of them.
Well, yes.
Well,
Did you suffer?
Rinehold job in battle to move ahead, take punishment, so others can flank.
Reinhold,
Reminds you of someone?
so I have a lot of respect for Reinhold. You said you fought 4 times before you got to the wall? 4 battles before you got to the wall?
Yes.
Do you remember who you battled?
Drider,
Or what?
witch, octopus-looking thing, but on 2 legs.
Oh no!
It's a mind flare.
No,
That's
Illithids. Oh.
spoiler alert. They're octopus creatures that suck your brain out through your skull.
Yeah.
We killed it though.
Oh,
Oh.
good. But there will be more.
Yeah, you know, there's only ever one.
Illithids never go alone.
Basilisk. Big
Hey.
lizard thing.
You guys can bond over that.
And that's actually what got me as well. We fought one and it sunk its teeth into my chest. And actually, that's where dog came up big because he helped me to get to.
Sports cat.
He helped me. He
actually dug deep.
He bolstered
showed
the
a lot of
attack.
spirit.
And that's when he
Human looked
You
at
hit a home
its
run right
face.
off the dunk.
Did human look at its face?
Yeah.
Stupid human.
If only you could cast an
Reinhold-
illusory wall.
You got me there, man. I was stupid, but it was my first time dealing with one, and I
Never look
learned from
basilisk
that.
in face.
I appreciate that.
Turn 2 still.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Honestly,
Yeah, man.
Reinhold,
I respect your help.
I definitely do. Seriously, and Glass shook Reinhold's hand, and I'm going to too. Thank you, Reinhold. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
As he shakes your hand, his hand comes up to here, all the way back to your fingers.
Over the wrist.
And encompasses your entire hand.
That's pretty cool.
But he's actually very gentle.
I would
Like
do
a
the same.
kitten.
And
Actually, kittens
your
aren't really
actual hand
gentle.
is
They're actually
smaller
kinda
than
evil little
Stromile,
things.
so
Rabbits.
So a little bit
more.
bigger, yeah. Okay.
Do you
See,
know
how
the
come
name
we don't
of
use that more?
what he said? I say this to I'm saying this to Nighty.
No, we're changing his name again.
Do you know what he was talking about with the 2-legged octopus looking thing? Do you know what that's called?
In character, would any of us know that? That's actually an excellent
Not
question.
yet.
It'd be
Yeah.
a nature check probably when we get there.
Okay.
You, mind flayers are not are not part of legend of Poena. There's never been mind flayers that you knew of.
And frankly,
And so you wouldn't know what the hell they are.
rightly so, because if you go into an Illithid's lair, Good
Well,
luck.
Yeah, all you know is that he said some octopus thinking on 2 legs.
Okay, and so we're done. Shook hands. We're out of the room.
Did we wait for them to be done?
I kind of assume like just how
Okay.
interrogations happen.
Well, they're done.
simultaneously.
They're done. It's
We probably went separate ways.
You're again. Well, you're not necessarily in bullet time. You're probably about 2 minutes behind them because you were taken to the back interrogations.
Well, I'm
'Cause it's
really
large.
glad that you gave a specific time, because that detect magic thing can actually last a little while. So I'm going to assume that this whole time, Wizard Eyes is kind of looking for magic, especially as we walk into that room. So just kind of keep that in mind
As
when
you
say what we see.
roll concentration real quick.
Roll concentration.
Yeah, my bad, dude.
Yep.
Is it a con roll?
Yeah.
Oh,
That is a nat one.
Yeah.
Okay, as you walk into the room, there's massive amounts of magical backlash, and you cannot see right now. Period.
Oh,
Oh, you're blind.
And I actually mentioned that. I was like, holy crap, there is a lot of magic in here right now. And yeah, I'm obviously in some distress.
don't worry, I got your back. I slap him on the back, and then we continue.
Wait. Do you actually have like an inspirational thing that can let me see again?
Maybe. I don't have a
So you can't see?
buff for that. I don't think
Apparently
so.
not.
No, that was
not
character.
with that roll. Oh, well, that part wasn't.
Yeah.
Wait, I got one.
Okay.
So I lean in closer and I'm like, hey, can you, like, so you can't see at all, right?
What are you about to do?
Oh,
And I would say that he's instantly suspicious of what you're talking about.
well, I'll show you.
Are you making fun of me now?
And then
I'll show you.
and
I'm
then
blind.
and then I'm gonna like caress his face, and elevator music will go into his head, and he'll see maybe a really colorful version of a circus act. It looks almost like a drug trip.
And back.
All right, I just want to say that the second you put your hand on his face, he says, no,
Hey,
not
for
into
the
that
record,
at all.
I am there and I can see that, and I am very uncomfortable.
Rightfully so, too.
I
Like,
don't know
seriously.
what the heck you're doing.
What on earth is this?
Okay. So what do you guys are still walking into the room?
I guess I'm just going to follow the sound of everyone else's footsteps.
You notice
and
that-
not think
okay.
too hard.
Yeah, I'll
Serin took the
I'll get
lead,
close.
and as he walked into the room, he stops. Just stops short, and you're instantly just kind of flailing about because your eyesight just disappears. So just the room goes black.
And I do tell them that I think that was magic. It was too much magic. In fact, that's probably what he just keeps saying over and over again while he's trying to see too much magic.
Too much magic.
And you hear a voice from the other side of the room, just across from you. Duh. Of course it was magic. What, do you think you were going to walk in here and just read my thoughts or see what the hell I was doing?
Wow.
Well, gee, I don't know. I am a wizard. That is kind of what I do. Jerk whose name I don't know. And I look in his general direction. Who's laughing at me. I'm having a rough day all of a sudden.
The
One
episode
who
blind
barged
people.
in here with a spell already going. You didn't even ask my name.
I was detecting magic. I wasn't trying to change you into a newt. Jeez, that isn't exactly
How the hell do I know
rude.
that? I don't know you from Adam.
I am Newt, tail of frog. Wool of bat, tongue of dog.
I don't know.
Nobody?
I was about to say, it's like, Serin's not in a polite mood at all, because he's feeling mocked, and he's blind, so if you guys want to take over here...
I would have
Glass,
been
Glass
second.
will not take over.
Yeah, I'd say
Great.
vote on him not doing.
So I would have been second, so I kind of grabbed by the shoulders and kind of transition to you. Like, hey, just watch
Yeah,
him.
I got him.
Whenever you can see, let me know. So who is in the room?
Okay. You see two chairs across from you. Sitting in one is actually a gnome with tannish skin, actually. Blonde hair. Of course, pointy ears. He looks like a gnome should. He's got an eye patch. And
That last guy.
while
He could remember
he was talking with Serin, You actually saw he was just sitting there doing this. He was kind of waving his fingers back and forth, and you could see power just flying off of his fingers as he was doing it.
Can I? Because Serin mentioned that the person he talked to had like an abyssal thing on it. Can I make a perception check to see if I see anything?
Roll it.
Okay. I'm just like looking over
Real
this
better
person.
than I did.
I did. Technically, I did.
But how much?
That's a 7.
So not.
You try to do a perception check, and you feel like someone just use the palm of the butt of their hand to smack you in the head.
For like looking and scanning them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't look too hard, retard.
Ooh. Ouch.
The roughest part was that he rhymed it.
Yeah.
It's either he was sitting on it,
Wait a
or
minute.
he's just really good at rhyming stuff. All right. Apology. My name is Zayne.
Jarvie.
I guess we've talked to several, or actually almost everybody else in the group, and I know you've been talked to already. So we're gonna, if you want, we can make this quick.
Fine. Go ahead.
So, do you remember the other original members of your group?
Who?
Is it like the same kind of who? Okay.
Well, no. I mean, his is just almost automatic.
Okay.
There's no zoning out or anything.
And I assume the one eye he still got. That's not.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
it didn't. He didn't look distant or anything
Okay.
like that. As soon as you asked, he just who?
Do you know the name? Can you tell us all of the members of the original 20 that went in on the mission? The 20 people, the regulators, the group you went in with.
And as he gets ready to say who for a third time, you do notice that the one eye that is not covered by a patch is starting to look a little worried because that's all he seems to be able to say.
Wow.
Insight check on to see what's going on.
Okay.
Or
roll it.
I don't know what. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah.
We're slowly getting up
We're
there.
getting better. That'd be an 8.
Okay. You kind of notice that there are 2 people in the room. But
That must have been a really good roll. Holy crap, there's another guy.
here's the thing. You notice there are 2 people in the room, but you can't really see the second person sitting right next to Jarvie.
Because
It looks
I asked
like-
who was in the room.
It
he
looks
only
like
mentioned one person.
it looks like he had like his picture was taken out of focus.
Oh.
He is kind of out of focus, but you know there's someone sitting there.
Juxtaposed.
But you're having a hard time even thinking about him being there. It's like something is
So
trying to tell
basically-
you that he's not there, even though he
Basically, you just became extremely straight-sided.
Is he on the side of the gnome doing this with the fingers, with making the magic and everything? Is he
The
near
gnome
that?
was doing that with his left hand, which was actually on the outside of the table. This guy's
on the
sitting
other
his
side.
right.
Okay. Dang.
This thing, you don't even.
We
know
don't
what
even.
it
It's
is.
just like it's not even a silhouette. It's just
It is basically a fuzzed out humanoid
outline.
form.
Okay. Okay.
So at least we know it's not
And
another
a glass roll
half-ogre.
perception as well.
Glass
Or
roll.
insight, either one.
That's your best score.
Insight
Insight.
is better.
Yeah. Ow!
We burned all of our good rolls.
It's a
already.
3.
We did.
There was things that
I
were
never
rolls.
had a good roll.
Can I roll an insight since all I'm doing is
You
listening?
did. I mean, you did notice that the gnome was looking increasingly worried as he kept saying "who" to that question over and over again. And you also notice the fuzzy-looking humanoid shape sitting to his right that you can't see and can't seem to pay attention to. You can't seem to focus on it. It's like every time you try to look at it, your gaze immediately goes back over to Jarvin.
Hey, buddy. Could you scoot back a bit for me?
Who are you talking to?
Jarvin. Is Jarvin or
Jarvie.
Jarvie?
You're right.
Could you take maybe 3 paces back?
You want me to stand up first, or do you just want me to scoot my chair back?
Yeah, you can stand up first.
So he stands up and he takes 3 paces back.
How does it look now?
The same thing. The guy you cannot focus. You cannot focus on him. It's like every time you look at him, immediately it's like someone's pushing your head back over to Jarvin.
That's weird.
Okay, so
Interesting.
as you guys are fumbling around, since my concentration's broken and detect magic, I'm guessing is long gone. Can I see yet, or am I still blind?
You're still blind.
Rip.
Okay.
And all my perception is worthless right now.
Alright.
Just- I'm just
Because
kind
you
of
can't
annoyed.
percept anything.
What do you actually
I'll
see?
let you roll a. We'll just call it a perception save.
Well, perception say something better, I hope.
Get it.
I'm gonna say that's a no.
11.
You can see shapes and light.
It's like Han Solo. On
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
Return of the
yeah.
Jedi. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
so you still
so
see
you're not like carrying around like a vibroblade thing and
A little
actually
higher.
bump someone in the jetpack
No,
and send him
you
into
used to only
Starlight
see
Pit.
a big dark blur. Now you see a big light blur.
Yeah.
That is an improvement.
You know, I think everything's just kind of fuzzy now.
In fact, can I even recognize that there's even a shape next to Jarvie here?
You barely recognize Jarvie as a shape, much less
So
the shape
I-
sitting beside him.
So I don't actually see anything else. Is
No.
anybody even commenting on the fact that they see that? Because I don't think you guys have even mentioned
No,
that.
I'm not saying nothing.
No.
Like I said,
No.
they just now noticed it.
Can they
But the
address
weird
it?
thing is that they can't focus on it. It keeps pushing their focus back on Jarvie. Something keeps
It has
pushing them.
no effect on me.
It's kind of like the
you're
Jedi
right.
mind trick. It's,
Question. When I asked those questions, was it like he wanted to tell me?
it's the third time he tried to say something else, and it just came out. Ooh,
See, because the Zone of Truth spell, if it's you're lying, but if you want to tell the truth and you just can't, that wouldn't fix that. So, I'm all right. So, do you remember the mission that you guys were sent on?
Nineheart sent us into the swamp to take back the northern section from something. We didn't really know what it was. We just knew that they had already killed a bunch of us. But we had been told by our scouts that they had the ranks had thinned out enough that we might be able to go, but we should be able to go back in there and take it out. And he stops. And it's like he is on pause, like his brain just stopped working.
Oh, this is cool.
It is really cool.
And Serin is still a little hard of seeing at this point, but you can hear just
But
fine.
yeah, he heard
and
it.
he actually stops for a second. I was like, wait a minute, how come you... Wait, what? Like, as in, like, he's wondering if if his head got messed up worse than he thought. It's like, what happened now? Like, who, what things? It's like, I feel like I'm hearing a lot of pronouns here, but I'm not sure what you're talking about. Like, he's wondering is this his problem, or is it this guy's problem?
Because he doesn't know what a pronoun is. That's why he's
now
inside.
No,
amateur
because-
status.
You don't hear anything from Jarvie, because you guys see that Jarvie's still just sitting there with his mouth half open. He looks like he's frozen.
Catching flies.
Yeah, I mean, the icicles aren't forming on him or anything.
Yeah.
But he is just sitting there suspended.
It's
Like he's like he was in mid-sentence.
Jarvie.
And
Jarvie.
he's just there.
Bueller.
Yeah,
we're not gonna
yeah,
get.
exactly.
We're not gonna get anything.
Are you going to tell your half-blind...
It's like, I just think this is the weirdest thing. And
Your
you guys are
half-blind
keeping-
teammate.
I am
that
literally
the reason he's
in
not
the
getting
dark.
an answer is because Jarvie's just sitting there.
I'm
He's
gonna
just dumbfounded.
I'm gonna turn back to Serin. I'm like, hey, we need to get out of the room.
Wait. Before we do that, I know I can't see the person back there, but I'm going to try to point in the in a direction behind him.
Roll will.
Okay.
Also, your best roll.
Jeez.
A 3 again.
You get ready to point at him, you point directly at Jarvie.
Well, I point directly at Jarvie and I'm like, hey, can you please stand up?
You point directly at Jarvie, and Jarvie's not moving.
I say you in the back, and I'm pointing at Jarvie though.
Actually, part of that will save is no, you didn't say you in the back, you just said you.
Oh wow.
You're not allowed to say in the back.
Will the
By
real
the way-
Jarvie please stand up?
I want you to picture this from Serin's perspective. He's always like, what the hell are you guys doing?
And I'm just like, hey, like, we'll take.
No.
wait,
I don't want to leave because
Some weird stuff.
there are some monkey shines going on,
Fine.
and you guys are acting very weird.
I'm going next door.
Can you see the shape of his
I want to
arm
see the other room.
pointing out
Okay.
in just a direction?
I got what I
As-
needed.
Wait, you're giving glass this
So
room?
you're
I got what I
leaving Serin. So Zayne is leaving Serin and Glass in the room.
That's right.
Okay, so Zayne
God
turns
help
around
us
and he
all.
gets ready to walk out.
Yeah.
You still can barely see. You just tried to point at the thing that you can't focus on
Yep.
and couldn't even
Failed.
say its location.
Yeah.
As you turn to walk out, you hear inside your head, all three of you, you'll never beat us.
What?
Oh boy.
Thank you for listening, ladies
Never
and gentlemen.
beat what,
This has been a
Zayne?
lot of fun. We'll see you next time on Diplomas and Dragons.